What's up, guys? Mr. Steckler here. Here's the deal. You've been asked so much to give answers in all your subjects, and that is corrupting you. And here's what happened as a result of that. Whenever you guys are in school, you're in your subjects, you care more about your grades than you care about how much you learn and what you're learning. When you're reading something, you're usually reading to find an answer, or you're raising your hand to try and give an answer. And this particular method that I'm going to teach you about metacognition is going to help you never have to formally memorize something ever again if all works out. Because I don't know about you, but I hate memorizing. So the first step of this method is metacognition is about your ability to think about your thinking and reflect. So what that means is you really have to think about, while you're reading something, what you don't know, and you have two choices whenever you come across something that you just don't know. When you come across something you don't understand, you either can question why you don't understand this and look into that, or you can sit there, accept that you don't know it, feel bad about yourself, and just hope that you don't get called on, try and make yourself look small, and look away from the teacher so you don't get feeling bad about not getting it right. Now, I don't know about you, but I prefer to look at what I don't know as a scavenger hunt, as a chance to learn stuff, as opposed to just sitting there feeling bad about myself. So now that we've talked about that, let's come up with some real strategies to improve that. Number one, stop thinking of yourself as smart or dumb. If you claim to yourself you're smart, that means you know something. If you say you're good at science or you're smart at science, what you're really saying is, my teacher has told me by my grade that I'm really good at giving answers to things that I've studied and memorized. Number one, memorization sucks. Number two, you can get better at memorization. Basically what I'm trying to say is, you can train your brain, you can grow this thing. I don't go around bragging I know how to tie my shoes. Am I smart at that? We've been so taught and ingrained in us that learning is about giving answers in school, but if you rewire the way you think, focus more on questioning what you don't know and why don't I know this? Well, what about this don't I know? If we could bring that awareness of what we don't understand, then you are going to completely change the game in how you look at school and how you learn, and it's going to be more fun because it's going to be more like a scavenger hunt of you trying to figure that out, as opposed to feeling bad about yourself for just not knowing what you were expected to know because you're so trained to give answers. And what you need is practice figuring out what you don't know because of something called the reticular activating system, which is in the stem of your brain, which helps you zone out stuff that doesn't matter to you. This system is basically a bundle of your nerves back here, which tells your brain what to filter out and what to take in and accept. It filters out unimportant information and lets the important information get through. But how does it decide what's important that should get through so it goes stored into your memory? Turns out there's two main reasons. Number one is just awareness to its existence. For example, if you were to close your eyes and imagine the color yellow, and to imagine something that's yellow, like a yellow Lamborghini or something, or even something just like a yellow shirt. When you open your eyes and you go through the hallways or you're driving, the next time you see someone wearing a yellow shirt, you're going to be that much more aware to it, and you're going to be like, why is everyone wearing yellow shirts? Because you're going to be actively aware of looking for yellow. Before you had this thought, you're not focused on yellow, and you just see people and you don't think about what color all of their clothes. The same way you could be walking down the hallway, not paying attention to anything, and then someone says your name, David, and you start and you look, your activating system snaps into place and you're aware of what they're saying because of that stimulus. So the second thing that helps that stimulus get in your brain is repetition. The more you repeat things, the more that they get activated when it happens. So if you want to remember something, you need repetition, because repetition is the mother of learning, and that will activate your reticular activating system, which helps your brain filter as something that's important. Now I know what you're asking, Mr. Steckler, what the heck? Where are you going with this? Great question. All right. What you guys need is to use your reticular activating system to focus on what you don't know and ask questions about what you don't know, so that instead of when going through a homework assignment and you're focused on the answer, you shift your activating system's focus on, why don't I get this part? Or if you understand question 1, 2, and 3 and you struggle on 4, well, why did I struggle on number 4? And figure out what you don't know and then go look that up. And by looking that up and asking these questions, turns out that you don't have to go back and learn it, because by asking the questions, you create these branches in your brain that's a story, and it helps you memorize it without actually formally going through and repeating it, because the repetition is in the story. So develop your metacognition, guys. Repeat things, be aware of it, and use this to focus on what you don't